Hello, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining us for another episode of HeatPressNation Live. And as you guys might tell, we're having some spooky fun today. Today I'm going to be showing you all how to make your own custom table confetti. So the holidays are coming up. Next one obviously being Halloween, which is always lots of fun. And you know, sometimes we're all going to probably have to decorate at home, right? Just because, you know, COVID or whatever, maybe, and it's different for every state, maybe you can't go out to trick or treat, maybe you don't want to, maybe you want to stay inside and stay safe. It doesn't mean you can't have any fun. We're gonna have lots of fun, and one great way to decorate your spread, your table, your holiday spread, your Halloween spread, is with some really cool table confetti. And in doing this, we're gonna show you how to do that today, but you can also use the skills you learned today for lots of different stuff. You see right here, I got my Cameo Plus 15-inch cutter. I am gonna be using Silhouette Studio and a Cameo today, but if you have a different cutter or a different design program, it's all good. You could still use your equipment to make this cool project that we're doing today. A couple things though that are gonna be exclusive to Silhouette, which is why if you're watching today, maybe you're watching to get some ideas, maybe you wanna get in on the cutting game, but you're still on the fence, we're gonna be getting some free cut files from the Silhouette store. These are free cut files that come with everybody's Cameo. So yeah, it's very cool. So I'm stoked to show that to you guys today. But let's say hi in the comments. I know I apologize to all of our YouTube family. We had some technical issues there, but let's see what's up. Let's see. We got any comments here? And I hope I'm looking at this right. I always mess this up. Let's see. Oh, there we go. You guys are back. Okay, Ramon. Thank you, Ramon Cholo. He says he's back. Emiliano is back. Tabitha's here. Brett's saying hello from Houston. Emiliano is saying it's spooky season. Got that right. So I wore my spooky face today. Oh no, it's just how my face always looks. Sorry. All right, let's see what's going on Facebook here. Not seeing the comments. You know, on my phone, there's always like a lag on Facebook. So if you're commenting on Facebook, or if you haven't commented yet, do me a favor, comment on Facebook, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. All right, so today we're gonna switch over to my screen here. You guys see I got my computer right here. I'm gonna show you guys. We got Silhouette Studio open. All right, and so here's the biggest cheat to today's lesson is right here on the top. You see how it says store and library. Gonna click on library and you're like, whoa, look at all these cool shapes. Look at all these cool graphics. These are free. These are very free. So if you have a Silhouette cutter, then like you have access to all these these are ready to cut. All ready to cut. So I'm gonna do a little cheating. We're still gonna design our own thing. I'm gonna do a little cheating. I'm gonna double click on the bat because we want this bat. And here's something that I do every time. I always fill it in with color. Helps me to see what I'm doing, but since we're gonna be designing today, maybe we'll fill it in with like a lighter color. Let's go for an orange. You know what? Whatever, we'll leave it empty. But there you go. I'm gonna go back to library because there's a couple other things. I feel like I'm a kid in a candy store. I'm just going shopping for what I want. What else is kind of Halloweenish? I thought I saw something a little earlier. Ooh, a geometric cat. That's kind of cool. So we have our cat right here. Gonna go back to the library. And you know, it is fall, so this maple leaf, I'm not Canadian, but you know, this maple leaf, that'll work cool for our confetti. And what else do they got here? That'll probably, that's enough for now because we do want to make some of our very own shapes as well. There was a moon here that I saw. Oh yeah, the geometric moon. This geometric moon is kind of cool, but that might not be your cup of tea. Now, if we're doing some spooky confetti, one thing we're missing is a ghost. I didn't see any ghosts here in the library. So we're gonna go ahead and make a ghost today. And it's very, very easy. Now this design tutorial, I'm just gonna click the plus sign right here. So you guys can see it's gonna open up. There we go. In this tutorial that I'm about to show you guys, a ghost is the easiest thing. And this is something that you could do if you're in Illustrator, CorelDRAW, whatever you got. You'll see this is super easy. So here is the deep trick on how to make a ghost. I'm gonna zoom in so we can see what I'm doing. And you see I have my shape tool. I clicked oval or ellipse. And I'm gonna start with kind of a oval. It's not a ghost just yet, but don't worry. I'm gonna go over here to edit points. Gonna click on that. And now this ghost is gonna need some arms. So right about here, I'm just gonna click on the line and you see so now this point, this is gonna be one arm, and then right about here, I'm gonna create another arm. And you might be thinking, dude, those are not arms. Well, don't worry. So to make these, to kind of further shape these into my arm, I'm gonna make good use of the edit points tool. So I'm gonna create a new point here and drag it down. Over here, I'm gonna create a new point over here, and I'm gonna drag it down. And you're like, okay, is that a duck foot? What the heck is this? Well, this looks kind of like arms. So now I'm gonna click on this top point. I'm not gonna create a new point. I'm gonna click on this one, and I'm just gonna use these bars. See, so these bars, you see how if I pull it out, and I'm holding on my clicker, you see if I pull it out, it kind of controls the angle, right? And the degree of the curve coming off the point. So I'm gonna get this one, I'm gonna pull it out a little bit, and on this side thing, and that looks a little bit more like a head, like a ghost's head. And so maybe I could adjust these a little bit, right? And so now we click away and we're like, okay, I don't know if you guys can kind of see the rough shape of my ghost here. So here's what we'll do. Let's give this ghost some eyes. And so, we have a question about SignMaster. Yes, you can definitely do this on SignMaster. You can do this on SignMaster, on Adobe Illustrator. Actually, thank you, Alex. Let me check in on the comments really quick here. Emiliano says he used the Cameo, but people are asking if you can use the Cameo program on Cricut. Unfortunately not. The only way you could is if you have a Silhouette Studio Business Edition. That'll allow you to export SVGs and I believe PNGs, and then you could import those into Cricut. But if you already have Silhouette Business Edition, you may as well just rock your Cameo. Okay, we're gonna go back to the screen here. And so okay, this needs to get more ghostly, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to our ellipse tool. We're gonna give this ghost some eyes, right? Just one eye there. And it's okay if they're not perfectly positioned. I'm gonna move them all. And we're gonna give him a scary mouth. Gonna go back over to my select tool. And let's think I want this eye right here. And you don't want them perfectly symmetrical because whatever. You'll notice one eye's a little bit bigger than the other. It's a little angled. He's a ghost. He's made up of a sheet, a bed sheet with holes in it. So it's like, hey, he's not gonna be the most perfect ghost. Maybe we'll even mess with the mouth a little bit. Ooh. So now, the ghost, he's trying to scare you. He's saying boo. And and also real quick, if you're in the select tool, right, and you double click on your shape, you'll immediately be taken to the edit points tool. So maybe like we could just like widen his mouth a little bit, twist it up a little bit. I don't know, whatever your ghostly hearts desire, kids. So I tweaked the mouth a little bit. I don't know if it was like a little overkill. Maybe his mouth was a little too weird. So let's make it smaller. Ooh, he's scary, right? Very cool. And then since we're gonna be cutting this out of black cardstock, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select these parts, I'm going to group them, and then I'm gonna color them white. You probably can't tell, but now I'm gonna click on my ghost, color it black. Oh, here we go. This didn't work. There we are. There we go, okay. Put that back. And now my ghost looks a little more ghostly. If you guys wanna take some more time on your very own ghost, by all means, please do. This is just kind of show you how easy it is to create some of your own shapes. So for example, you're like, hey, this ghost, like I want him to be a little bit more scary and menacing. Well, then you could, and I'm just gonna do this really quick just to show you how easy it is to customize your own. We're gonna ungroup this. And I'm gonna click on this eye, and just by doing a little bit of, tweaking the shape of the eye, this ghost can get a little more angry. So now this ghost is haunting you because, you took his ex-girlfriend or something like that. So if you want your ghost to be a little bit more scary, all you gotta do is just angle those eyes, the tops of those eyes. Let's zoom out. And now, yeah, this ghost, he's definitely a little bit more scary. He's a little bit more mad. So that really depends on you and how. Is your ghost a friendly ghost? Is he, haunting you? Is he the ghost of an old teacher that you really didn't like? I don't know. But my ghost is a little pudgy. So he's the ghost of all the food that I've eaten before. But if you wanted to give him more of like a wispy little genie look, and you know what, I'm gonna uncolor the ghost so you could see my points a little bit better. There we go. Maybe you want this ghost to to be a little bit more dramatic, a little bit more, ghostly. Have fun with it, you guys. So now this ghost, he's a little bit more just like, I feel like adding some different angles, and I'm gonna fill him back in now. I don't know why my ghost is a boy, it could be anything. And I think, okay, I'm happy with this ghost. I think it's understood this is a ghost. So I'm gonna group everything, right click and hit group. I'm gonna copy it. And now I'm gonna go back over here to my main Halloween confetti file, and I'm going to paste it in. And of course it's gigantic. I have my Halloween confetti here. I have my bat right here. And of course, and now is probably where I would just kind of select all and, oh, except not the ghost. Select these and just fill them in black because that's how they're gonna come. I'm cutting this out of black cardstock. Now for confetti, you probably wanna get these each piece, and here's where you could help. Click on your object. I'm gonna lock proportions, and I only want these to be like maybe an inch. So I'm just gonna hit one and hit enter on their biggest dimension. So this bat is wide, so I want it to be a maximum of maybe 1 inch wide. And maybe you want some other ones, so I don't know, widest dimension, can have it 1 inch. Oh, whoops, I didn't even do that. 1 inch. And this cat, I'm not crazy about this cat, but whatever, it'll work. 1 inch. And so now what you're gonna do is, this is the fun part. We're just gonna do this. Oh, real quick. This moon, it looks like you cut it with scissors. I'm not crazy about this moon. So really quick, if you wanna see how to make a moon, a crescent moon is the easiest thing you'll ever do. We're gonna go to our ellipse tool. And so you see how the ellipse tool is like kind of free shaped? Well, if you hold the shift key, right? You have a perfect circle. Create another ellipse slightly smaller, right? Gonna color the smaller one white and the darker one black. And now you just move it in until you're happy. If you want a super thin crescent moon, do you want it with like a little bit more chunky? Do you like your crescent moons like me, a little thick? That's up to you. And then of course, if you depending on where you position the circle, the crescent moon, it takes a different shape, right? That's all up to you. Of course, this is confetti, so the orientation kind of doesn't really matter. I do want my crescent moon to have a little bit of weight to it. So I'm gonna drop it right there. I'm gonna select them both. And here's why I'm glad that this is gonna be on YouTube and Facebook forever, because some of you guys might need to pause this and redo this tutorial. So that's totally cool. It's a Tuesday. Not trying to take too much of your time. I'm gonna go to the modify panel, hit subtract, and now I'm left with a perfect crescent moon. Going to copy, right click, paste. And I like this, I like my crescent moon better than the geometric crescent moon. That's of course 100% up to you. If you guys are real big fans of this one, use that one. I'm not. No offense to the designer, probably not even watching this. And I'm gonna make this one, again, I'm going for 1 inch on the largest dimension. I'm gonna select all these because I'm really weird about this. I want them to be perfectly spaced and centered. So right here, you see these alignment tools. Now these are all perfectly aligned and centered. I'm going to right click and group them. And if I was making confetti, here's what I would do. I would go over here to the replicate panel and I would just hit duplicate down a bunch of times until my page was filled. You might need to space them out just a hair, right? So what you could do is, here, delete, you click duplicate, and then with the down arrow, just hit it like twice. Duplicate, down arrow twice, duplicate, down arrow twice. And you would just fill the page. And when this all cuts out, you're gonna have a bunch of cool confetti. Might take a little while to complete all the cuts, but hey, this is cool. This is custom, like nobody else. None of the other kids are gonna have this except for your kids or whoever comes over and sees your Halloween table spread decorated with this really cool confetti. Now, what I like about this is we're gonna do one more thing. All right, oh, and also what is really cool too is you can do different sizes. So let's say, I'm gonna copy and paste here for the sake of time. Let's say I want this one to be a larger set, right? So you can have varied sizes in confetti. Now this, you'll probably have to arrange them a little differently. 3 inches per piece is really big, so I'm just gonna go back down to 2. I take it back. I'm gonna go back down to whatever fits on my page. Here we go. And there we go. So maybe you do a bunch of little ones, a couple big ones just for variety's sake. You can even cut even smaller than 1 inch. Maybe go down to like ½ inch. I don't know. That's up to you and to what media you're using. I have some very basic black cardstock, which should be working really cool. So I don't want that. Oh, sorry. The last thing we're gonna do is, if you're doing this for home, and a lot of us are gonna be home this Halloween, and you want to make the best of it. Like, dude, the kids, they'll believe whatever is in front of them. So like, if you tell them we're gonna have so much fun, I mean, they might be a little bummed that they can't go trick or treating, but you can still make it really cool for them. Like, make it festive, make it fun, give them candy anyways. Let them they deserve it. You know, they've been stuck doing school at home. You know, let them have some fun. So anyways, last thing we can do is we're gonna go to our text tool, and dude, you can put the kids' names into the, I'm gonna go all caps and I'll show you. You can put the kids' names into the confetti if you want to. Now here's one thing you do wanna do if you're gonna do this. You want it to cut out in one piece if possible, or you could just put their initials. Initials are probably gonna be easier to cut. So let's say if you have a son named Jackson and then another kid named Avery and then another kid named Robert, another kid named Edward, another kid named Daniela. Oh, whoa, that's so crazy. Yeah, you have 5 kids and wow, that's pretty cool. It's my name, by the way. And you're gonna wanna do this in a very bold and easy to cut font. So what do I got here? You see, oh, these are all my fonts. Oh, there we go. Phosphate's looking, oh no, it has that. Never mind, I was tricked. I always default to, oh, see if your kids are into like, oh, where'd it go? Kids are into like Star Wars, you can just do that. Oh no. Boom. Oh, and that's another thing, by the way. If you don't just use this for Halloween, use this for parties. Get some cool shapes. I like this font because they're just single pieces, right? So decorate the table with the kids' initials. I don't know, find ways to make it custom for them. Maybe if some of them have a favorite candy, I have no idea. But you guys do, and that's what's awesome about this. I'm just here to kind of spark the idea. And all you awesome creators out there are the ones who make it flame. I'm gonna pause for a second. If you guys are tuning in, you kind of like watching, like, what the heck is he doing? No worries, we're showing you guys today how to make some cool table confetti, some spooky Halloween table confetti, which is a really fun project, and I'm gonna show you how to actually cut it right now. But yeah, thanks for joining. One thing I do wanna shout out though is our Facebook group. You can go to heat.press/FB group. You see it right there on your screen. Join us. Lots of great information there, lots of great, peers, professionals, beginners, we're all in there and everybody's doing their best to help each other out, which is really, really cool. I'm a big fan. And then lately, I've been seeing a lot more of the HPN pros chiming in on the group, which is really cool because I've seen our tech support supervisor in there, some of our customer service pros are in there, and it's really helpful. So yeah, definitely you want to check it out. Join heat.press/FB group. And also, we don't want to forget, I don't know if I have it on screen there, but use our hashtag HPN creators if you're on Instagram or Twitter and you want to share your work, but you also want to see what other people are working on. Dude, check that hashtag on Instagram. I mean, we're well over 1,000 tags of HPN creators, which is really dope because there's so many cool posts there, lots of inspiration, lots of people sharing what they're working on. So that's really cool. All right, we're gonna get back to this. I'm running out of time here. I gotta get to it, guys. Really quick, I am gonna check on the comments and then we're gonna get back to it. And okay, so let's see. I'm on the tube here. Yeah, Emiliano caught me. That was my name. Do we got any new comments here? I don't know. Okay, everybody's just kind of tuning in. Very cool. Facebook. How are we doing on the Book of Faces? Let's see. Rich says he has SignMaster cut software. Dude, I don't know if I already addressed this, but you can definitely get this done in SignMaster. If you have SignMaster Pro, there's actually lots of free shapes in there as well, so definitely worth checking out. He's saying hi. Oh, Lena's saying first time watching, excited to learn. Excited to have you guys. Thank you so much. Daniel saying he loves our videos. Thank you, Daniel, man. We really appreciate that. All right, let's finish this sucker. All right, so here you see I have my different shapes, right? I have a ghost, I have a cat, a bat, a maple leaf to represent, like the autumn season, and a crescent moon because it's kind of creepy. I don't know how crescent moons got to be like associated with scares. Anyways, bats I understand because bats are weird. We don't need this. And then of course, customize it however you want. I typed in, what are those? No, that's not my name. Those are the names of Johnny and Allison and Roberta and Elizabeth and David. So yeah, those are your kids' initials. I'm not that vain, you guys, come on. All right, now of course, what I would do is, if this was really gonna be table confetti, I would get this, and in case you missed it, I would just duplicate the heck out of it, right? Boom, 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 and I just filled the page. I'd pack the page as tight with this as possible. And then it would take a little while to cut, but at the end I'd have some pretty darn cool table confetti. I'm not gonna do that though because we are pressed for time. So I'm just gonna do one set and then you guys can see exactly how it looks. And let's get back on camera here. You see, oh, that's cool. It's like, cause I have a black background, it's like my face just like disappeared. Oh, that's so cool. All right. So you can see here, I have my Cameo cutting mat. Now this is a big one because I got my big cutter. It's the one that comes here. And so I'm just gonna put this on. I'm gonna try to do this all from the opposite side. I'm gonna lay it on there, right? So you see this? It's like, actually, it's like this for me. All right, so we're gonna load it into our Cameo. And I should be able to load it in upside down like this. We will see. I did it. Oh, I feel so cool right now. Okay, let's go back to the screen. And I'm gonna show you guys how we're gonna send it, our cut settings. So we're gonna send, oh, come on here. No, oh, sorry. Oh yes, the cutting mat does have to be, thank you, Alex, has to match the orientation. So you see here how I put my cutting mat in the top left corner, because on screen you'll see my design here is in the top left corner. So let's, gotta make sure, there it is, Cameo Plus. Had to select the right cutter, there we go. Okay, so you saw that. Boom, all right. I have it set to the cardstock plane preset, which should cut pretty good on this cardstock. I recommend you guys do a test cut. If you want, you know what, let's just do a test cut while we're here, all right? So cardstock plane, it sets my blade to 3, my force to 20, and my speed to 4. Okay, the only thing I'm gonna do is, 4 is so slow, all right? I'm just gonna go to 20, just because that's how I do it. Okay, I'm gonna hit test because what would suck is if you had a page full of confetti, takes a couple minutes to cut, you pull it out, and then it didn't even cut all the way through the cardstock because you didn't have the settings right. That would be terrible. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit the test cut button, and it's gonna cut a little tiny little thing. So fast, right? I'm going to unload this. And there we go. So, as you can see, oh man, you probably can't see, but it cut pretty good, all right? So it cut it all the way through, and it didn't pierce the cutting mat. So that's how I know I have a good cut. So I'm gonna load this back in. The cut setting that we used will work just fine. Boom, like a pro. Oh, and because this is confetti, you're just gonna like toss it on the table. So I'm not gonna mirror this. Some of the pieces are gonna land backwards anyways. It's just how it goes. So there's, you don't need to mirror anything. You're just gonna cut it and drop it on there. Okay, cardstock plane, I like it, I like it, I like it. Let's send this to cut. So now all you gotta do, you see it right there, the big send button. I have the auto blade, so it's checking the auto blade, and now it's going to town. And for those of you guys who are curious as to how loud this thing is, it's this loud. I think the mic's picking it up. Yeah, it's that loud. All right, so while it's doing its thing, I'm gonna check out some questions here. We got some hellos from Seattle, very, very cool. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Is it already done? No. Oh yeah, there's still more. I was like, dude, there's no way that's done. It's fast, it's not that fast. Okay, let's check out the questions. Darn it. So Ramon's asking, is the Fullerton shop open? He needs a new heat press. Wow, that was fast. Unfortunately, our Fullerton shop is still closed to the public, safety reasons. So yeah, I apologize, but ground shipping is free. So no matter where you're at, yeah, ground shipping is free. So you can't see it, but here's what I'm gonna do for the reveal. There's a couple ways to do this. If you have a plastic scraping tool to be safe, you could use that. What I do is you can peel away, and some of the letters are gonna stick behind, and some of the letters are just gonna pop out. Now, in hindsight, maybe I could have cut a little bit deeper. So my test cut came out, but I am having to pull out, and I'll bring this over to you guys right now. I am having to pull out some of these. I noticed the cut's not perfectly clean. And that's why it is important to do maybe several test cuts. Okay, I'm gonna pull a couple of these out. I wanted that bat. That bat was pretty dope. So now I'm having to punch out some tabs on these, which is not terrible, but if you have a lot, that might be a little time consuming. So for my next cut, I would probably just cut it just a little bit deeper maybe. Maybe I should slow down the speed. Okay. Oh, and my maple leaf. Yeah, so now you can see I'm pulling it off. Some of the letters got left behind, which is perfect. In a perfect situation, I would just peel off the excess background and then just scrape everything else off with a little scraper, get them off, and boom. That would be it. I'm gonna come up to the camera now and show you guys my confetti. I'm here. I didn't disappear. Okay. And here we have the Halloween confetti. There we go, get it in focus. So you see we have my little ghost right here. We have our bat right here. The cat head, you can't really tell it's a cat head, so I don't know if I'd actually include that one. Maybe do a little bit better. Got our maple leaf right there. And we have our really cool crescent moon. Like, it's not the best angle because I don't want them to fall out. But yeah, custom table confetti, right? Check that out. And of course, you cut a bunch of these, decorate your table with it, and there you'd have it. You would have a very cool spread for your kids. Do whatever you want. What maybe we might do is like set up a table with candy and they can come, or different stations or whatever. Like maybe you have one parent in the living room with candy. They trick or treat to you in the living room. Someone's in the kitchen. Maybe call an uncle or aunt. They could hide in the garage and let them trick or treat around the house. I don't know. Whatever you guys want to do, or maybe you're hosting more of a grown-up party and you want to add a cool touch by cutting your own custom table confetti, decorating the spread with it, and just having lots of fun. It adds a great touch of personality to an event. And it's funny, those little details, people remember them, kids remember them, and so that's what's really cool. And we hope you guys, above all, just have a very safe holiday. Just because we're at home doesn't mean you can't have fun. You just got to get a little creative with it. So do me a favor, if you're in the Facebook group, post what you guys are doing to kind of make the holidays fun for your kids. Holidays are coming up, and as parents, I commend you guys. I'm an uncle, so I have a little hand in helping create experiences for the kiddies. But like, how are you guys doing it? How are you guys getting creative with your heat press equipment, or maybe with your vinyl cutters or whatever? How are you guys getting creative with making the holidays fun? We'd love to hear about it in our group. Once again, right there on screen, heat.press/FB group. I'm going to check out the comments one more time, see if we have any last minute comments. We thank you guys so much again for tuning in. I think it's really great to have all of you here learning new skills and just having a good time. Oh yes, one last thing I do want to say is every week, it's not post of the week. It's run a little bit different, but go into our Facebook group. We'll be announcing our next contest to win a $50 gift card very soon. So stay tuned in the Facebook group. Howdy y'all. Howdy Pilar. Okay, that's gonna do it for me today on HeatPressNation Live. I hope you guys learned something cool, something fun. And again, we'd love to see what you guys are working on. Use the hashtag HPN Creators right there on Instagram and Twitter, or you could just go to the group, heat.press/FB group. If you have any questions about, okay, one thing real quick, I'm gonna pause and say, if you have any customer service questions, please feel free to reach out to us at support.heatpressnation.com, or I think you can even go to, heat.press/support. So the Facebook group, if you have a question about your order, something like that, that's not really what the group is for. The group is for, like seeing like projects and getting inspiration. If you have specific questions about an order or how you can get your hands on a really cool HPN heat press, do us a favor and reach out to us, heat.press/support. It's gonna do it for me today, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a great week.